Well, cast your mind back to February last year and you may remember the excitement when NASA successfully landed its Perseverance rover on Mars.
News from Mars, not just that water was there.
NASA's Mars mission was abruptly paused when their rover stumbled upon an unexpected discovery. This revelation may be linked to the mysterious stone circles found on Mars, bearing resemblance to Earth's Stonehenge. These intriguing formations have raised profound questions about the planet's history. Why was the mission stopped? Let's explore the reasons behind NASA's decision to pause Mars exploration. We are delving into the secrets of these ancient stone circles and their potential significance for our understanding of our ever-strange universe. The Jezero Crater, deepest mystery. Mars's vast, barren landscapes are being explored by a unique robot from Earth, known as NASA's Perseverance rover. This rover is a critical part of NASA's Mars 2020 project, serving as a trailblazer in our quest to explore Mars. Launched on 30th July 2020, Perseverance had a thrilling mission to search for evidence of past life on Mars. The planet, once possibly home to water and potentially life-friendly conditions, presents an intriguing site for this search. The rover's landing site, Jezero Crater, chosen for its past as a lake billions of years ago, offers an ideal setting for uncovering signs of ancient life. The significance of Perseverance's mission extends beyond mere exploration. It's tasked with examining the Martian rocks and atmosphere, aiding in our preparations for future human missions to Mars. Moreover, its primary objective is to detect signs of ancient life, utilizing its location in the Jezero Crater, once home to an ancient river, to maximize this search. Discovering life on Mars would revolutionize our understanding of life's existence in the universe. The Perseverance rover, part of NASA's Mars 2020 mission, is a marvel of modern space exploration, equipped with advanced technology to navigate the Martian landscape and conduct scientific research. Its mission is to seek signs of ancient life and collect samples of rock and regolith for potential return to Earth, offering invaluable insights into Mars' past climate and geology. Perseverance landed in the Jezero Crater on February 18, 2021, a site carefully chosen for its potential to have preserved signs of microbial life. Perseverance is much more than a mobile laboratory. It's a sophisticated robot with a suite of instruments designed for astrobiology, geology, and atmospheric research. Among its instruments, SuperCam fires laser shots to study rock compositions from a distance, while RimFax uses ground-penetrating radar to reveal underground layers. The rover's microphone has captured the sounds of Mars, and its weather station, META, continuously records the planet's atmospheric conditions. One of the most anticipated aspects of the mission is the collection of Mars rock samples. Perseverance drills into the Martian surface to collect core samples, which are sealed in tubes and stored on the planet's surface for a future mission to retrieve and bring back to Earth. This effort represents the first part of the Mars Sample Return Campaign, a collaboration between NASA and ESA, aiming to study these samples with advanced laboratory tools that are not feasible to send to Mars. Navigating Mars is no small feat. The rover faces challenges such as Martian dust, which can interfere with operations and damage equipment. Despite these obstacles, Perseverance has achieved significant milestones. It has taken over 166,000 images, fired its SuperCam laser over 230,000 times, and recorded more than 15,000 hours of weather data. The rover's mobility systems and robotic arms enable it to traverse the rugged terrain, drill into Martian rocks, and carefully handle and analyze the collected samples. Moreover, the mission extends beyond scientific exploration. The Ingenuity helicopter, a technology demonstration carried with Perseverance, has completed numerous successful flights on Mars, proving that powered flight is possible in the planet's thin atmosphere. This achievement opens new possibilities for future exploration of Mars and other celestial bodies. Dive into the story of Mars's vital mission, with a warning that hits close to Earth. Stone circles. Dangerous Earth's echo on the red planet. Stonehenge is a famous landmark, known for its giant stones arranged in a circle. This unique setup has made it a symbol of ancient mysteries, attracting people from all around the world. Visitors come filled with wonder, pondering what life might have been like long ago. Over time, many theories have emerged about Stonehenge's purpose. Some believe it was a site for religious events or ceremonies, while others think it might have been an ancient calendar, helping to track the seasons or the movements of celestial bodies like the sun and moon. Despite these numerous ideas, no one is really sure why or how Stonehenge was built. This mystery keeps people fascinated and curious about the site. Interestingly, Earth isn't the only place with such mysterious stone arrangements. Recent advancements in space exploration have revealed a similar stone formation on Mars, nicknamed Mars Henge. This discovery has excited scientists and space fans alike. Images from satellites orbiting Mars show a formation of stones on a mound that looks a lot like the ancient stone circles found on Earth. This finding on Mars adds another layer to our curiosity about the red planet. Mars, known for its tough environment and barren landscape, has always sparked debates about the possibility of life, either in the past or present. The stone circle, along with other pyramid-like structures found on Mars, raises interesting questions about its history. Could these be signs of an ancient Martian civilization? The idea that Mars might have once supported intelligent life forms, which are now possibly extinct, brings an exciting twist to our space exploration. The thought that intelligent beings could have made these structures implies that life, in some form, might have existed on Mars. This leads to many questions about what this life might have been like, its abilities, and what happened to it. Scientists are keen to find more clues that could answer these questions. What will future missions to Mars uncover about the Mars Henge and the possibility of life on the planet? As our technology improves and our knowledge expands, we might be on the edge of some major discoveries. Shifting our gaze from ancient stones to the stars, we find the International Space Station, where astronauts experience life in a unique way. The daily life on the International Space Station. Astronauts living and working on the International Space Station experience something quite extraordinary every single day. Unlike us here on Earth, they see the sun pop up and dip down below the horizon as many as 16 times within a 24-hour period. This happens because the ISS is moving really fast, orbiting our planet every 90 minutes or so. Such a fast pace means that astronauts see the day change to night and then back to day again several times during what we would consider a normal day. This aspect of being in space is quite different from what we are used to and makes their experience up there truly unique. Living on the ISS is not just about being in a space station. It's about doing important science experiments while calling this fast-moving object their home. For astronauts, the ISS is more than just a vehicle in space. It's where they eat their meals, catch up on sleep, do their work, and go about their daily lives, all while zooming around the Earth at incredible speeds. This incredible velocity allows them to witness the sun rising and setting multiple times in just one day. Imagine sitting down for breakfast as the sun rises and then, in what feels like just a blink of an eye, seeing the sunset by the time you start thinking about lunch. This squishes the experience of a whole day and night into much less time, making each 90-minute orbit feel like an entire day-night cycle on its own. This non-stop sequence of moving from bright daylight to darkness and then back to light is not just a cool fact about space life. It gives astronauts a view of the universe that can't be matched by staying on Earth. It means they have to get used to a way of living that's totally different from our daily routines here on the ground. Their sense of time changes, their body clocks need to adjust, and they are constantly reminded of the incredible journey they're on. They're not just traveling through space, they're experiencing the essence of what it means to move through the cycles of day and night in a totally new way. This endless cycle of sunrises and sunsets not only fills astronauts with a sense of wonder about our place in the universe, but also makes everyone think about the beauty and complexity of the cosmos. It highlights that living in space, despite its challenges, offers unique experiences and chances to learn something new. As we aim to learn more about space, the lives of astronauts on the ISS give us a close-up look at the realities of space travel and how these experiences can change our understanding of time, life, and the vast universe around us. Space is really dark, way darker than the darkest night we ever see on Earth. Inside the International Space Station, ISS, it gets super dark as well when there's no sunlight. This darkness, along with how quiet and big space feels, can make the inside of the ISS seem like it's straight out of a spooky space movie. There's no sunlight or any other natural light at all, so it can feel like the ISS is all alone and far away from everything we know and love on Earth. Astronauts living on the ISS have to get used to these quick switches from day to night. Everything about their day, from work to sleep and other daily activities, is planned out to help them deal with the strange timing of light and dark in space. Even though it's tough, the astronauts find ways to make the ISS feel more like home. They bring along personal things, photos, and even little items that remind them of Earth to make it cozy. But it's not all about the darkness and getting used to it. There are also amazing things to see at night from the ISS. When it flies over the Earth's dark side, astronauts see incredible sights like cities shining brightly below, thunderstorms flashing in the clouds, and the beautiful lights of the auroras near the poles. These views are really special because they show how beautiful and delicate our planet is compared to the vast blackness of space. Living on the ISS changes how astronauts see Earth and our place in the universe. It's like looking at our home from way up high, giving us a new perspective. And as we look towards Mars, we find new mysteries, like a doorway discovered by the Curiosity rover that could change what we know about everything. It's all about exploring and discovering new things that could teach us a lot more about our universe and maybe even ourselves. Living and working in space, especially on the ISS, is not just about dealing with the dark and feeling alone. It's also about seeing the Earth in new ways, finding comfort in small reminders of home, and getting excited about the beautiful and mysterious things space has to show us. Learning about space in the ISS and among the stars shows us how awesome the universe is and how much more there is to discover. Looking outside, we find even more amazing discoveries. The Red Planet Reimagined. James Webb's infrared exploration. The James Webb Space Telescope, known for its ability to peek into the farthest reaches of the universe, recently took a closer look at our neighbor, Mars. This was a special task because Mars shines very brightly in the infrared light that the James Webb Space Telescope is designed to detect, making it challenging to observe without overwhelming the telescope's sensitive equipment. Scientists had to be really careful and use quick snapshots to make sure they got useful images without damaging the telescope. On September 5, 2022, the James Webb Space Telescope managed to take its first detailed pictures and measurements of Mars. These observations gave us a fresh look at the planet's surface and the air surrounding it. The pictures showed us places on Mars like large craters, mountains, and plains covered in dust. One of the cool things the James Webb Space Telescope did was take images using two different types of infrared light, which let scientists see both the features of the surface, like you would in a regular photo, and how warm or cool different parts of Mars are. The warmer areas were where the sun was shining directly, and these spots looked brighter in the images. The cooler parts, like the poles and the northern hemisphere that was experiencing winter, appeared darker. This kind of information is super helpful for scientists to understand the weather on Mars, including how it changes with the seasons and how dust storms might happen. One particularly interesting finding was about the Hellas Basin, a massive impact crater on Mars. It appeared darker in the images that show temperature because of the way Mars' atmosphere affects the light. This wasn't just because it was cooler there, but also because of the air pressure. The air is thicker, which changes how light travels through it. Scientists are excited about this because it gives them new clues to understand the atmosphere and surface of Mars better. This first set of measurements from Mars showed signs of things like carbon dioxide, water, and carbon monoxide in the air, and even gave some hints about what the surface rocks and clouds of ice might be like. Knowing what's in Mars' atmosphere and on its surface can help scientists guess if Mars could have supported life in the past or even now. This work by the James Webb Space Telescope is just the beginning. The telescope will keep looking at Mars to learn more about its atmosphere, including searching for gases like methane, which could tell us more about the possibility of life. These observations are a big deal because they help fill in gaps from what rovers on the ground can see and what we've been able to figure out from farther away. The James Webb Space Telescope is proving to be a powerful tool for exploring Mars and will help us answer big questions about our neighboring planet. The James Webb Space Telescope has shown us incredibly clear and detailed pictures of space, showing just how beautiful and complicated the universe is. The life and light of star formation. Taking a closer look at the Phantom Galaxy, known scientifically as NGC 628, we're embarking on a journey to understand a faraway wonder located about 32 million light-years from Earth. Situated in the Pisces constellation, this galaxy presents itself nearly face-to-face with us, allowing a clear view of its spiral arms that twirl outward from its core. The James Webb Space Telescope, with its advanced mid-infrared instrument, has been able to capture the very essence of NGC 628. This task is part of a broader mission by the PHANGS team to explore 19 galaxies close to us. By using the James Webb Space Telescope, alongside previous data from the Hubble Space Telescope and observations from telescopes on the ground, scientists are now able to pinpoint where new stars are forming, figure out how heavy and old star clusters are, and learn about the tiny dust grains floating in space between stars. NGC 628 is a prime example of what astronomers call a grand design spiral galaxy. This means it has very clear and distinct spiral arms. Observing the galaxy reveals bright spots where new stars are coming to life, thanks to Hubble's sharp eyes for ultraviolet and visible light. Meanwhile, the James Webb Space Telescope's infrared vision cuts through the cosmic dust, showing us where stars are just beginning their lives, hidden away from the visible spectrum. The detailed images from the James Webb Space Telescope have been a game-changer, especially in understanding how stars are born. The telescope's infrared light can see through the clouds of gas and dust that normally hide these stellar nurseries from view. This means scientists can now study star formation in various parts of a galaxy, like its spiral arms or its central region, and even compare these processes in different galaxies. This helps to build a bigger picture of how stars form across the universe. One of the most mesmerizing images captured by the James Webb Space Telescope shows NGC 628 in a purple hue, a result of combining data at different wavelengths. This unique coloration comes from the specific chemicals in the galaxy's dust clouds, shedding light on the composition of these cosmic dust particles. Such images offer a new lens through which we can understand the materials that make up galaxies and the processes happening within them. NGC 628 doesn't stand alone in the universe. It's the brightest member of a small family of galaxies known as the M74 group. This family includes a mix of spiral and irregular galaxies, all bound together by their gravitational attraction. The diversity within this group reflects the complexity of our universe and the different ways galaxies can look and behave. Among the many discoveries within NGC 628, scientists have found evidence of an ultra-luminous X-ray source, which might be an intermediate mass black hole. This rare find offers a unique chance to study such mysterious objects, which are neither as small as the black holes left by single stars, nor as large as the supermassive black holes at the centers of galaxies. For those who enjoy gazing at the stars, NGC 628 offers a bit of a challenge. Its light is faint, making it hard to spot without the right conditions and a bit of know-how. But with patience and the right techniques, like looking slightly to the side of the galaxy, averted vision, its subtle beauty can be appreciated. Looking at the Phantom Galaxy up close, we're reminded that galaxies are not just about stars. They're super busy places with lots of things happening. Inside NGC 628, there could be billions of stars, and around those stars might be planets, maybe even some that could support life as we know it. Or there could be completely different types of life based on rules we don't even know about. The center of the galaxy might have a super big black hole, which is important because it affects how the galaxy grows and changes over time. Studying galaxies like NGC 628 helps scientists learn more about how stars are made, how different elements get spread out across the universe, and how galaxies change. Every picture. The James Webb Space Telescope helps scientists understand more about the universe's history from the very beginning until now. These pictures are like clues that help us figure out the big mystery of how everything in space works and what else might be out there. Then, when we think about astronauts, we see people who are really brave and are living a dream by going into space. They get to see Earth from way up high, looking down at our planet as a beautiful blue ball, which is something very few people get to experience. It totally changes how they see our place in the universe. But going into space is not easy at all. It's actually really dangerous because space is a very tough place to be. There's no air to breathe, no normal pressure or temperatures like we have here on Earth. Space is totally silent, empty, and can be either really cold or really hot, which are conditions we're not made to handle without a lot of special gear. One story that really shows how risky space can be is about Bruce McCandless, a NASA astronaut who did something incredibly brave in the 1980s. He went outside his space shuttle using just a special backpack that let him move around in space without being tied to anything. This was a big deal because he was completely on his own out there, floating in the huge emptiness of space. There's this famous photo of McCandless during his spacewalk that shows just him, a tiny figure surrounded by nothing but dark space. This photo really makes you realize how alone and exposed astronauts are when they're out there. Just a small person in the middle of an endless universe. And speaking of a small dot in the universe, Chris McCandless has something to say about that. The Last Breath of C.W. Leonis, A Star's Final Legacy. Imagine Chris McCandless floating in space, a place so cold and unfriendly it might as well be another universe entirely. Think of being surrounded by a silence so deep and darkness so thick, it feels like you can touch it. It's a place where the simplest things we need to live, like air to breathe, solid ground under our feet, or someone to listen if we're in trouble, are nowhere to be found. Choosing to venture into such a space isn't just brave. It shows a kind of blind trust in technology and the skills learned from training that seems almost too simple-minded. The courage to put oneself in such a risky situation, far away from the comfortable life on Earth, demands a kind of disbelief suspension. Going on a spacewalk, which technically is called an extravehicular activity, EVA, is far from a casual stroll. It requires an intense focus on every little detail and a level of accuracy that seems almost too extreme. Astronauts spend years in tough training, learning to move in the emptiness of space, manage the complex systems of their suits, and carry out tasks with extreme care, all while being very aware that space does not forgive mistakes. The dangerous mix of space's vacuum, the constant attack of radiation, and the wild changes in temperature turns every spacewalk into a risky dance with danger. Still, explorers like McCandless leap into these challenges with a blend of curiosity, pride, and a drive to stretch the limits of what humans can achieve. Their readiness to face these dangers pushes humanity forward in its quest to explore space. This leap into the unknown is reflected in our fascination with a mysterious feature on Mars, drawing us in like an unsolved riddle does. Down on the more familiar ground of Mars, the Curiosity rover started its mission, a testament to human creativity, landing on the alien sands in 2012. Its job is to uncover Mars's secrets, and as a diligent explorer, it has sent back loads of valuable data. Its discoveries, like evidence of ancient water flows, offer exciting hints about Mars' past, suggesting there might have been a time when life could exist there. These findings spark our imagination and push us to ask questions about life beyond Earth. However, even with its many discoveries, Curiosity's journey has been full of puzzles that even the smartest people find baffling. These mysteries challenge us to expand our understanding and rethink what we know about our neighboring planet. One particular puzzle was a sudden flash of light, which set off a flurry of guesses and excitement. This brief moment, too significant to be just a trick of light, suggests there are aspects of Mars we still don't fully understand. Theories range from reflections on mineral deposits to more exotic ideas of extraterrestrial origins. This flash, though small, opened a Pandora's box of questions, urging us to look beyond the everyday and consider the countless mysteries Mars still holds. As we think about these strange lights on Mars, our attention expands to the cosmic dance between the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy. This gradual collision, seen on the vast stage of the universe, reminds us of the immense forces and scales at play in the cosmos. Though this event will happen billions of years from now, it offers a peek into the powerful processes that shape galaxies. As these massive star clusters come together, the night sky as we know it will change dramatically, showing the dynamic and constantly changing nature of the universe. Turning from the immense scale of galaxy collisions, we look at the story of CW Leonis, a star at the end of its life, spreading its outer layers into space. This beautiful display of colors and materials symbolizes the cyclical nature of the universe. As CW Leonis releases carbon into the galaxy, it adds to the cosmic cycle of birth and death, seeding future planets with the basic elements of life. The final act of this star serves as a deep reminder of how everything in the cosmos is connected, suggesting the potential for new life to emerge from its remains. As we embark on an ambitious quest to unravel the enigmas that the universe holds, our attention is captivated by the peculiar phenomena known as fast radio bursts, which originate from the distant reaches of the galaxy. These bursts emit signals that have a unique and repeating pattern, which continues to baffle us and hints at the existence of cosmic events or objects that are yet to be understood. The intrigue deepens with the recent identification of a fast radio burst emanating from a star cluster located in the M81 galaxy, making the mystery feel somewhat more within our grasp and igniting a flurry of speculation and hypotheses among the scientific community. This discovery suggests that the universe might be attempting to communicate its secrets to us, underscoring the immense scale of the unknown that lies ahead. It is this pursuit of knowledge and the collective drive to explore that unites us, filling us with a sense of wonder and an insatiable curiosity to delve deeper into the cosmic unknowns. The conversation around these fast radio bursts not only opens up new avenues for research, but also reminds us of the endless possibilities that space holds. It challenges us to think beyond our current capabilities and to imagine what lies beyond the edge of our scientific horizon. These signals, enigmatic as they are, serve as a beacon, guiding us on a path of discovery where each finding brings us closer to understanding the grand tapestry of the universe. The shared excitement and the communal effort to decipher these cosmic messages reflect our innate desire to comprehend the world beyond our own, driving us forward in a journey that is as exhilarating as it is humbling. If you could fly in space and discover one big secret, what would it be? Share your thoughts down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more.